Yes, sir.
What's good, boy?
What's good, man? What's good?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir. How's everything, man?
Oh man, not too bad. Not too bad. You making some crazy breakfast this morning or what? What are you doing?
Not yet. But you know it's going down. It's Sunday morning. You know it's going down.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing? What kind you get? What you getting today?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, man. I got to get my mind into it.
Okay. That's a good thing. You know, you usually come with some. You know, you brought back the Franks and beans, and then I'm like, man, that's a classic, man.
Yo, that's that down home. That's my dad recipe.
Oh, okay.
Gotta rock with that.
So what do? You do something special to it, or?
Nah, just a little bit of those onions.
Nice.
You gotta throw some sugar in there, otherwise it's a problem.
Nice.
But it's a good mix.
I like that. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
Yo, Harlem, what's good, boy?
Okay, all right. Yo, my brother's on. So
okay.
So I'm gonna try to switch over. I never did this before, but we're gonna try to switch him back.
I'm gonna bounce out.
All right, cool beans, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks for checking in, bro. All right, we're back with hopefully the bro will join now. Ah, there he is.
There I am.
Cool, man. How you doing? Good morning or good afternoon.
I'm doing all right, man. Good. Yeah, good afternoon for me. Good morning for you. I apparently can't do this on the laptop. I was trying to do it on the laptop, but it's not permissible.
Only if you have an Android tablet.
Ah, tablet. Okay. All right.
Android. Not even Windows or anything like that. I've learned. I have an Android tablet, which I was trying to do it on, but it just, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I wanted to chime in a little bit earlier today because a lot going on. I got to fly out of here today. And,
you're busy. Oh, you're going to Vegas, right?
I'm hitting LA first. I'll be in LA first,
okay.
And then 2 days in LA, then 3 days in Vegas. So. And Nisha's singing at 11. Yeah, Nisha's singing at 11 today at church. So we got a solo act.
Praising the Lord.
Yeah. So good morning and good afternoon. Sing that hymn. Praise.
What was that? What was that Steve Harvey bit he did?
Somebody
gets up. He did this bit a long time ago. He said somebody gets up and they really don't know what they're singing. They just start going, him, whoa, him.
Yeah, that's really true. But, people just, when you get in the spirit, you get in the spirit, right? I mean, you just.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
Absolutely. Let's see if I open this window here.
Cool.
Light it.
Cool. Ghost, what up? TMP Cage 231. I see you, Ghost.
I can't see any of these people.
I know.
TMP Cage. Oh, okay.
That's my man, Ghost. So good morning and good afternoon, everyone. This is Two Bros Podcast, episode 29. We are still via satellite. Instagram Live has been wonderful with...
Yeah, it's helped us. Who were you on with before? Who you two-timing me with? Why don't you just say this is going to be another show, man?
Well, I wish I could do three. I think on Google Hangouts you could do a couple of people. So we got to try that.
You can do a couple on Hangouts, yeah.
Yeah, we got to try that because that was awesome. No, my man DJ Blac Magic tuned in. He got in a little bit before you.
Oh, Blac Magic. I want to talk to Blac Magic.
Yeah, he's a cool motherfucker. He's always does some cool breakfasts. And this guy single-handedly brought back the Franks and Beans, like.
Franks and beans,
man. But he
straight up hot dogs and a can of beans.
And a can of bush beans, man. So he's very adamant about it. But so you are now in Madrid now.
I'm in Madrid. Madrid. I'm chilling in Madrid. I'm done with my business in Valencia. Had a great time in Valencia, and figured since I was here, why not? So I took the train, took the high-speed rail. I have no idea why we're not doing high-speed rail in the USA. I think like a long time ago, like they tried to submit like a proposal to support high-speed rail, and I think they turned it down or something. But I don't know why. That is just it was just great. It was like a 90-minute ride. They have the like the stats of the ride, like how fast you're going. We got up to like 300, like really? 300, 300 kilometers per hour.
Nice.
Was as fast as it was going, you know, and it's, you know, smooth ride and everything. And so what would have been a, let's say like if you do it like 5 hours by bus or maybe like a 5-6 hour car ride, was like a 90-minute ride on the train, you know,
no doubt.
90-minute ride on the train. Cost me 40 euros, ended up being like $48 US. And got off.
Wow, so exchange rate is really close now. I mean, we're really like competing with their money. I mean, used to be half, you know, 50-50.
No, it was never 50-50. 50-50 to the euro?
Pretty damn close. I mean, used to be.
Okay. It's like 78% now. It's like 78%. So yeah, so
all right, so that's still a significant amount.
Something. It was stronger before it was stronger when Great Britain was in the European Union because they stabilized the euro. Like the time that Nish and Quiche went to Europe.
Paris. Yeah.
Yeah, the EU was a lot stronger. I think it was like over 8. I think it was over like 80%.
Wow.
You know, but now it's at like hovering at like 78, somewhere around there.
Okay. I see D-Fly1 just joined. Hey, good morning. Good morning.
D-Fly.
Depends on what part of the world you are in. We're going to wait. Oh, let me try this. I'm going to wave at him. Yeah, let's wave. And I'm going to wave at DJ Harlem. And I'm going to wave at D-Fly. That's pretty cool.
Oh, look at you being so communal.
I think you could wave too. Oh, let me wave at my man Ghost TP Cage. Just wave at him. So yeah, man. So a lot going on. Infinity War is here.
Oh, you saw it?
Oh my goodness.
The only thing I've seen were the comments of it. So don't spoil anything for me. I plan on seeing it when I get back home. But apparently, there's a lot in there. Oh. Like a lot is packed in there.
You listen. Well, I won't spoil anything because I want people to see it. If you're a movie head, especially if you've been following the Marvel saga, I guess what you can call it.
Right.
It is just crazy. Bobby Bees, what up, man? I'm gonna wave at Bobby too. Good morning, brother. Infinity War is shit. It is just, there's not one moment where you're not like, oh shit. It's just constantly going. And then there's this another battle going on over here. Then these guys are here. And you're like, oh shit, what happened to that battle? Then they flip to it. It is sick. It is sick. I don't know how much this shit cost. I don't know how much they spent on it. But it just, it clearly, you can see where they were clearly trying to like make sure that Black Panther did not sit on its own, thing and like was so different from this. This shit was fucking crazy. This shit was crazy. And
so it didn't disappoint.
No, it did not disappoint. It definitely had a cliffhanger. It had a little thing over at the end where you're like, damn, you sat. So we sat in the movie. We knew there was gonna be some extra scene once the credits rolled. The whole movie theater was like this, like, and they showed a clip at the end, and it was like, oh shit. But a lot of people don't know what that clip was. So the guy sitting next to us who was like, time to Google that shit. Fucking millennials with it. Yeah.
Is that a point now where you can't even like the movie's not over when it's over?
No. They've been kind of masterful at that, like making you sit there, wait, and watch the credits. Like we sat there and was like, oh, a screen key grip. Oh, I think I know that guy, John Adams. Yeah, sure you do. Who
was the first batch to do that? Who was the first batch to Like the credits were over, but then there was some shit afterwards that
I
made
think
you
it,
stay
I
around.
happen. I think it was Marvel. I mean, I don't remember anyone else doing it, or probably that's a good trivia there. But
I can't remember who, but I mean it's been around for a while, but still it was and now it's almost like expected.
yeah, and then when it doesn't happen, you sit there like an asshole, and you sit there like
Exactly.
credits
It was like,
roll.
oh,
I ask the people that work there, like when they clean up, I just say, "Hey, is there
mhm.
something?" And they go, "You might want to wait." Yeah, because the guy wants to get out of there. He's like, "Nah, man, ain't nothing there." I
You would
think he
figure
said that.
that would be the trigger when you see people starting to clean up. Like if people starting to clean up, say, okay, this shit is done. But
I
no,
think it was.
apparently
I think it
not.
was after I think when we saw Ultron or one of those, the guy was like,
Hmm.
I don't think there's anything after this one, man. Like, you guys can leave now. Get the fuck out.
That's right.
He's like gonna kick this out of there. But all good in the hood, man. What's up? So you drew. When did you get into Madrid? You left. You
Got
left
into
Valencia when?
Left Valencia Saturday afternoon. Well, my
Okay.
Saturday afternoon, which is like 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Got settled in Madrid at about 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And I'm like in the heart of Madrid, which is like I guess would be the equivalent of like Times Square in New York.
Nice.
And
Okay.
it's just just like bananas. It's just I had to
Really?
stop and I had to stop. I had to come back to the room because it was like a sensory overload. It was just like all this shit going on all at once, and like like you from New York, you pass through Times Square. You're not in Times Square. Like
Yeah.
Times Square is like a necessary evil that you got to get from one spot to another, and you got to
Right.
cross over. You say, okay, I'll deal with this shit for like 2-3 blocks. But then, when you're in the middle of the whole thing, it's like, fuck, it's like a sensory overload, man. It's just like,
Shit. But I've been in Times Square so many times, and tourists walk up to me and go, "Oh, excuse me, sir, where is it at Times Square?" You're
I'm
standing in
like,
it. You
you're
fucking
here. This is it.
You fucking standing in it. They was like, "Oh, but where's the actual square?" And I'm like, "There's no square. It's a block. It's
This is it.
a radius. This is it. That's what you get here." So so that's cool. So you got in. How long was the ride?
It's about 90 minutes. It was about 90 minutes.
90
It was
minutes.
about 90 minutes. And the cab, I took a cab from the train station to where I'm staying, and that was like 15 minutes. I'm flying out tomorrow. I'm flying out of Madrid, and it's about 20 minutes from here. A 20-minute cab ride. I can take the train. I'm debating if I'm going to take the actual train, like the subway,
Yeah.
because that's like direct to the airport. I think New York is the only place where the airport is just like legions away from anything you want to do. Like you really just can't connect two places from the airport. It's like a production.
Well, it definitely is. I mean, the air train, which what everybody thought was going to be this Marvel, it's just a conduit, right? It just connects you to the actual, to the Long Island Railroad. When they should have just made it a stop off the Long Island Railroad, and it would have been,
Yeah,
it would
exactly.
have been,
Yeah,
it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot easier if they had just built that track right into it, and it would have made it catch
exactly.
this train.
Made an extension. Exactly.
Right. So instead of switching at Jamaica and literally getting off the train and walking over, had you come straight from Penn and could stay on the train and get to Terminal 5, 6, 7, that would have been dope.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think they missed the
They
boat
missed the
on
boat
that
on
one.
that one.
I think that was Pataki, or was that around when Pataki did it?
Pataki was the governor. Yeah.
Yeah, when they built
Pataki
it.
was the governor. I think the idea was that to include a certain batch of new technology that would not be available, that you couldn't add to the.
It's getting real dark in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you said it was new
No, I think it was
technology
like
that they would put.
Yeah, I think they were just like adding it in a certain way to which like the old tracks just couldn't support it. I mean, there's not, but people have told me that have worked on there that says yes. I mean, everything needs to be updated, but there's not but so much you can do with the way this system is. If you want new stuff, a lot of it's gonna have to be like either torn down or you're just gonna have to build like whole new tracks. to do it. So I think that was the idea. But yeah, you're exactly right. It becomes like one extra pain. I mean, it's great if you know how to navigate through it, but for people who are going back and forth, okay, you get off here, then you get off here, then you get off here, then you get off here, and it could be a pain in the ass.
But the thing is that the people that work there are not fucking helpful at all. Like they don't.
No.
Every city I go to, when you're traveling now, and I've traveled, you go there and there's someone. Well, actually, I take that back. In the last recent years, I've seen some slack in that too, because I've been in other cities, and you're like, man, it's here, go. Where? You're like, where do I go? Just go down there and turn around and you see the thing and get on it. And Charing Cross, like in London, is like that. But London is great because everybody's like, oh, you can go this way, go that way. You take this down, there's a little trolley, and then you hop on this one. They tell you the whole thing, even though you forget it 5 seconds after they told you.
Exactly.
So I think that's just what it is. It's like people just need, cheap, which is the only one. Well, the latest, greatest good thing in New York City subway system is that I think the subway is about 75% Wi-Fi compatible now. So it's So it's pretty good that you can get a good signal in the city.
As long as you're in a station. Usually, if you're in between tunnels too long, it knocks out. But if you're like approaching a station or you just left the station or whatever,
I've got it on the car in transit. Like
no, I'm talking about in the tunnel. If you're in a tunnel, in between, it might knock out, depending on how long that is.
Okay.
If it's short, it'll still catch up with you. Like that long one between that takes you before Queens Boulevard. Usually, to get to Queens Boulevard, that's like a 6 minute. It's like a 6 minute ride. That'll knock you out.
That's from Roosevelt to like Queens Boulevard or something like that.
Right.
Or used to be 23rd and Eli. I don't think they call it that anymore, right?
Is it not 23rd and Eli?
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's still 23rd and Eli.
I barely take the subway anymore. It's a weird thing because when I do take the subway, I keep thinking someone's gonna come around and look for my ticket. Like, so you get compartmentalized. It's like I'm like, wait a minute, no guy's coming to take your ticket. That's it. Yeah. I'm just free and clear. I can do whatever I want. It's pretty.
We should start doing that. We should get on the subway one day.
Tickets.
And then just start walking around and say, tickets, please. Tickets. Tickets, please. Tickets.
People freak out. But speaking of freaking out on the train, I don't know if you've seen any of our news. We had a guy on the fucking subway with a fucking pit bull.
Huh?
Guy had a pit bull on the train, okay? On the freaking train. And this lady was like, get that dog off the train. Get that dog off the train. Bit her fucking foot and pulled her shoe off. And, naturally some asshole was recording it.
God.
And oddly enough, the dog owner was arrested and brought for charges, but everyone said it was her fault.
She antagonized it.
Yeah, like he did later then have service papers on the dog, so he then said it was a service dog.
Okay.
So they told her like the dog's not bothering you. Why are you? He was just looking.
Why are you
at her,
fucking with the dog?
Right, and she just, I guess she just got nervous, and I didn't watch the clip because I just can't participate in those kind of banter, those fucking web shits that just go crazy. But yeah, allegedly she just kind of lost it and got fraidy cat and was like, but I saw the guy, they like pulled his shoe off. Was like. Oh,
well, if that's true, if it was a service dog, then that the dog had to feel that his owner was being threatened. Yeah. Because most service dogs are very like patient, and they really don't care. The only thing they care about is taking watching their whoever their owner is. So making sure that person's okay. Or master owner, whatever you want to call it. But I don't like any dogs on the goddamn train. I don't like people who bring the little fucking hot dogs or whatever those things are. I think if it's not a service animal, it doesn't belong on the fucking train. And some people
hot dog? You mean like a little
bring just whatever those little tiny goddamn things are. You should fucking boil them in water and serve them to fucking poor kids and shit. Just Just they don't belong on the
God.
fucking. They don't belong there, and they're not fucking people. I don't understand. I don't like when people treat pets like they're just other people. They're not people. They're not people.
Well,
they're not your kids.
they're not people, but
dog.
some have an emotional attachment to them.
Ah,
Some people have emotional attachments to the dog. I mean, listen. If you'd rather talk to somebody that can't talk back to you, that's one way. That's one reason to have a pet. It's like I can be the one in charge all the time. And I mean, sometimes I talk to Casper and I sit here and go, I know you understand me, motherfucker. And he just goes, but I can't tell you.
yeah.
And like, he knows what's going on. But
And you want somebody to put up with your shit.
But,
you want somebody to put up with your shit too. Like somebody who will always, like somebody who's always happy to see you and always, always wants to please you and always wants to like be there for you and stuff like that. You don't get that with people. People just, sometimes people tell you, hey, go fuck off. I got my own shit to do. I don't have time for you.
Right. Well, people have opinions. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That's pretty, I mean, that's kind of the way shit works, right? You have an opinion.
Right, exactly.
True.
Exactly.
True.
I mean, it'd be great if you walked in like, what if your family treated you the same way that Casper acts when you walk in the door? What if everybody in your family just started jumping up and down?
So
like,
we did this
yay.
week. The wife started a new position, started a new district. She's in Brooklyn now, used to be in Queens. And
congratulations. Oh, that's much of a pain in the ride though, the commute, right?
I guess I don't, driving to work for me was never, like, I never drove to work. Like, as long as I've been working, I've never driven to a job, park my car and go walk in the building. Like, I don't even know what that's like. For 25 years, I've never park and get up. Actually, no, I take that back. In Pergament days when I had my car, I would drive to the, that was fun. That was the good days. But then my car got repossessed, so kind of didn't last long. Maybe like a summer or something like that. I had it for, but yeah. So, but every day she came home, it was this kind of the same thing you just said. We tried to emulate the Casper.
Oh, okay.
How's your day? How's your day? Except for licking, I didn't lick.
Did lick? Oh, come on, man. Get some points.
Nah. So yeah, man. So what are you doing? Anything? What? It's 3:30 there now. 4? Almost.
It's
4.
yeah, almost 4.
There. Yeah, almost 4.
Yeah, rest. 3:41. 3:41.
Yeah.
Doing that? No, that's not doing nothing special. It's actually the weather took a turn for bad today. So it's kind of like dreary and rainy. It was rainy this morning. I did one of the little tour things this morning so you could see like all the like historic sites. I was more interested in like the historic sites than like
a hop-on
stuff.
bus, like a bus thing, like a hop-on, hop-off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Those are kind of cool if you're just if you don't have that much time and whatnot. So if you're not going to be there for a few days, like I am. So I got on there, saw some nice places. I wanted to go to the museum, and there's a nice national park that they have, which is actually beautiful, but it was dreary and rainy and stuff, and so I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah, it's like that now here. It's a little dreary and rainy here now in New York.
Yeah, didn't want to wait in lines and shit like that, and so, and it's raining. And it's probably raining because it's in the morning for, I guess, Bill Cosby. I guess Bill Cosby got to go to jail. Is that what it is now?
He is making a pudding pop cell out of pudding pop icicles sticks. It's pretty fucked up. I mean, I haven't followed the case. I mean, I hear everyone crying for the statute of limitations, how come it lasted so long, and I mean, the bottom line is, you can't serve up those cocktails, man. It's just that's just the bottom line. I mean, we all like to think of the great American dad. I'm a little embarrassed that the image of that guy has been tarnished by this. Because he was kind of that, I think when I grew up watching the Cosby Show, I mean, the Fat Albert and stuff was great until when I learned he did all the voices, I was really fucking in love. But the fact that, that whole era of the sweater, and the dad being the doctor, the mom, a lawyer, prominent black family in Brooklyn.
Right.
With kids going through, normal social things in school and class. I
Right.
mean, I really thought that depiction was something that, was so
It was an
positive.
uplifting depiction, yeah.
It was so positive. It was such a good look. And to now be like, well, see, this is what happens when you give these guys, all the good stuff,
Hopefully it won't be thought of that way. I mean, we can, as people, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I mean, we can say, hey, that was a great, that image and of what he created with the and even visually, like and what you heard, like the music they played and stuff like that, and the references they made to historic events and his dedication to historic black colleges and things like that. All of that is still legitimate, but now
I went to one of those.
The end is bad, but it doesn't make that a negative thing. It doesn't make the Cosby Show or the images he created in the Cosby Show a negative thing. That's still a positive image.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good. I mean, I would like to think so. I don't know how temperamental today's society is, and people that just pass judgment. That's kind of what they do. Good morning, T. T's just joined. Let's wave at T,
honey. I just spoke to T.
Let's wave at T. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey. So yeah, I mean, hopefully the image doesn't get tarnished where it's kind of like this is a tough day and age of this media wave of love them now, hate them tomorrow.
Right.
What do you call it? Fair weather fans?
Fair weather fans. Sometimes you just, I mean, they exactly. They love you today, hate you tomorrow, and it's like a "what have you done for me lately" type thing. And so, and unfortunately, we choose black or white. We can't, like I said, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can hold those two thoughts in our head at the same time. Bill Cosby can be a person who did create a very, very positive and effective image. However, the man himself was a debaucherous freaking predator, and unfortunately and unfortunately that's the same dude.
Yeah. But I mean that path happens way too often now. It's happening more too often. But when you look at the timeline of how these things happen, they weren't that close together. He had plenty of time to I guess figure it out or reconcile it, and
right. To say, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore.
Now, is this lady? Somebody told me if you Google the lady or whoever the one that this one is, it's like. She's horrible, and she's like a man now or something. Or
oh, really?
I could be wrong. But the one that's actually accused is like some weirdo, like a weird person. So
well, yeah, because his I don't know the specifics of it. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? Listen, you are right, man. Unfortunately, the image of that guy is that guy also. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a backstory.
Right, it's the same person. So you gotta take the whole thing, and a lot of comedians are conflicted about it because a lot of them will tell you that they got like Sinbad. Sinbad is a dude who says, man, it tears him up because he got his start as a result of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was a guy who sort of like paved some roads for him to establish himself, and other comedians as well, especially a lot of black comedians. And so so there are guys who are really, really indifferent. I mean, I shouldn't say indifferent, who are really struggling with this, that the guy who they praised is now a dude who's apparently a freaking predator, drugging people.
Yeah, I mean, that, unfortunately, this is what happens. Your heroes become I guess unmartyred. I mean, somehow, I mean, there's which leads me to what I was going to is the controversy part of it, which leads it to be an assassination of character when, and again, I say this allegedly, when there's an ability to assassinate a character, to discredit them, to look at the effect of what it could do. Like where's the little white lie here? Like, where's the little, ooh, let's not tell anyone. Let's just cover this up. Let's just pay off the people. She only wants the money. Let's just pay this. Why do we have to murder the guy on camera? Like, why do we have to, you know?
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So there are certain cases that happen like this. And I saw you chime in on Brother Kev's comment with Paterno and all these other people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, there's always this, you know, well, I guess it goes both ways. Live by the sword, die by the sword, right? You made a life on camera. You go out.
Yeah, you kind of like that's the water you chose to swim in, and so you kind of have to take the people. Like, I don't understand the people who complain about people who become reality TV stars,
right?
And they become famous because they are going to make their private life public, and then get upset when their private life is public.
Disruptive,
so, right. So you can't. Well, no, you can't have it that way. I mean, you made this decision. You cashed a lot of checks, basically saying that, hey, certain aspects of my public life I'm gonna leave out there. Well, then when you get criticized for it, you say, well, that's unfair. Well, no, that's not unfair. If it's unfair, then please give back our check. You know,
right.
I mean, it's like that's how you are what you are.
No, but even like in most of those reality, I won't even say stars, or reality personalities, or whatever they are.
It's a better word, yeah.
Personalities, but most of them, you know, they're some of them are very approachable in certain areas. You know, when they see the cameras around, when they don't think there's cameras around, they fucking suck. They just like, look, I'm having lunch. I'm trying to relax. It's not a press thing, like, you know.
Right.
But when they see the cameras and they see the paparazzi, they're, oh, hi, I'll do a selfie, guys. Oh, please, I'm trying to enjoy. Thank you. You know, then they're really personable.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, because it's kind of like it seems like there's a perception, at least that they have, that when the camera's on, this is a show. That this is almost a version of fiction. Like, that's the same thing as like an actor taking a role and playing a part, and, you know, removing himself from that part and then living their everyday life. And it's it's different, because, you know, the part you're playing is in a sense yourself, and it may be an exaggerated version of yourself, but nonetheless it's yourself. That's what you're getting this notoriety for. So it's even harder to like separate what you are for this 13 episodes that we saw from the person who just wants to sit down and have lunch with their family, or just want to hang out with their friends. I mean, in a sense, that's kind of, theoretically, that's the same person. Right. You know, like when we see Bokeem Woodbine, we know Bokeem Woodbine ain't the dude that, like, you know, that shot up those people in that movie. You know, we know that's not him. Right. We know he's a different dude. We know he's a different dude with different likes and tastes and stuff like that. We know that's not him. Right.
But even speaking of Bokeem, he starred in a movie called Strapped with my homie Fredro Starr, which Onyx, and they had an interview years ago, and when they were promoting the Onyx movement and the throw your guns and the, you know, all this stuff, and everybody was badgering them for gun violence and all this other stuff. And, you know, Sticky Fingers at the time, who then went on to be this, he even played Blade. I mean, he played, a big movie career. He says, you don't see the cops pulling Bruce Willis over saying, where's the guns that you had in the show?
Right.
You know, this guy, 90% of the movies you see Bruce Willis and he's carrying a gun, you know? Right. They said when they show you in the videos and they're making songs and their stuff, they have guns and etc. That doesn't mean that they carry them around all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So people had this, the keep it real goes wrong, you know, when everybody was, oh, let's keep it real, but we really don't keep it this way. You know what I'm saying? Until Sticky Fingers gets knocked out by the guy, the rock guy from, remember MTV used to do the boxing with the celebrity boxing?
Oh, yeah.
He got a Rage Against the Machine guy, I think, knocked him out or something.
Tony Morello or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
One of the guys, yeah.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
It always goes wrong.
Yeah, man. So especially like the NBA playoffs is really going crazy.
How is that move? I haven't been paying attention to that. I've been catch up online every once in a while. I just check out to see how the Yankees are doing, but I don't see anything else. What's going on in the NBA playoffs? Who's moving on? Who sucks?
Okay, Oklahoma Thunder have been eliminated by the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else is moving on? Boston Celtics have eliminated the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
Without Kyrie Irving.
Right.
Series tie for Cleveland, 3-3. They are headed back to Cleveland today.
Game 7s are always fun.
Game 7.
Game 7s are always hype.
Second round of West Coast Finals with Warriors Pacers. Warriors Pelicans. Warriors blew the Pelicans out by 23 points. No Steph Curry.
That starts today.
That happened last night.
See, that's what I don't like about basketball. I don't like how some areas you are starting off in the next round, and then in some areas you're still on the final round. That's what I don't like about. That's what I don't like about the basketball playoffs.
It's the leg. It's the way it drops where you win. You know, it's game on. So, but it benefits those when you when you sweep. Like when you sweep all rounds, you got plenty of time at the end to recover, to repair, to get yourself in better shape, and then you can what do you say? They have to move on if someone finished early. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. But they have to because it's better because then you get the rest. You know what I'm saying? But if you sweep, I mean, the goal is to win the first 4 games, out the gate, and then you got. The other team has to play catch up, and you can get a week out of it. Some guys are getting a lot of time to recover. So, so Pacers Cavs today, 1:00, should be interesting. It's do or die for LeBron, and listen, they're in Cleveland. If I'm not mistaken, they're in Cleveland, and this guy will will himself to beat Indiana Pacers. Lance Stevenson cannot hold him. While he is a problem, he gives them a lot of, chest bumping and frontal. Lance is a guy, Brooklyn kid. He takes back everything he gives you.
Yes. He's no different than what's the dude that also is on the Cavs? Yes, J.R. Smith. Yes,
the same guy.
Yes, he takes back what he gives. Exactly.
Takes Indian givers. That's what they are.
Exactly.
Indian givers. These guys play their ass off and then turn the ball over or make a stupid pass, or JR will take a stupid shot and do some goofy shit. So
J.R. Smith he's one of those dudes that if he has this great game, 18 off the bench, 18 points, 6 assists, had a few big time steals, made a couple of big time shots. It's almost guaranteed that the next game he's going to look like he shouldn't have played basketball ever in his life. He was like the end of the days. I don't know if you remember Rasheed Wallace. Wallace was like that towards the end of his career. Rasheed looked like, at times, he looked like the most complete basketball player in the game. And then a couple of days later, he looked like a straight-up bum.
Well, the interesting factoid about, and I challenge anyone to challenge me on this one, Rasheed Wallace, I'm going to go out here on a limb. Rasheed Wallace was the first fucking NBA guy to wear the big headphones to the game, like the pregame. He had the fucking the hooked on phonics ones. He had the ones that he was learning something on. Like he had those shits. He had like big pilot fucking headphones. And
had the Jim Kelly the Jim Kelly joints.
Yeah, plugged into
Jim
a
Kelly
tape
into the
recorder.
Dragon.
Plugged into a Walkman, like he would come into the game psyched up, but he had the big shits. And then it became like the super trend. Like all the guys was starting to wear the big headphones, coming to the game, be in the zone and stuff like that. But he's a good player, man. He was a good player. Yeah. He's one of those guys that. But going back to J.R. Smith, he was Mr. No. Yeah,
exactly.
He made it.
It's like, oh shit, J.R.'s got the ball. Yeah.
He made
did he?
He had a record. It was called Mr. No. Yeah. They call me Mr. No. Yeah, when I hit the shot, just like Portland Trailblazers eliminated Damian Lillard. He's got a nice fucking mixtape, and he might have wanted to stay out of the studio a couple of times because he seemed like he's been putting out mixtapes when he should be in the gym with his team or something. I don't know. Guys,
so, dude, ain't you got a real job? Isn't like this your
like
full-time job? Like being at the gym?
You got like 60 million and you know coming to you and you making records and shit, you know.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of the NBA guys being rappers. Like Allen Iverson used to call himself Jewels. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, even Kobe Bryant had a rap record. People don't know. Well, I don't know if you do.
Seems like some always want everybody wants to be a musician.
Yo, thank you, Valencia, but I'm about to head on the train heading to Madrid. I'm going to tell them about Two Bros podcast on 13 Ghost TV. Like, subscribe, and send us a few messages. I don't hablo mucho español, but I'm doing the best I can. Peace.